Hey, what's up guys? This is Anthony from Anthony's Customs, and for this review, we are looking at the Mafex X-Men ICEMAN comic version, which is one that I've been very excited about. I was pretty sure it was going to have all the same problems many Mafex figures have, and it does, but it's still kind of good. It's good and bad, and I know a lot of people have been totally put off of Mafex at this point, but I'm guessing some of you at least are still picking and choosing like I am. Like, I still have Gambit, I still have a handful of them. I'm not collecting the whole team though. The figures just aren't good enough, frankly, for what they cost. But this guy looked like he was going to stand out, and he does in at least a few ways, and we're going to talk about it. So let's go ahead and get him off the stand and take a closer look. Before we look at the figure, I do want to show you my package, and it's a sad thing because, I mean, it's good packaging, generally speaking. I like that the figure and all the accessories are very obvious. It's nice looking, but then it shows this, which is like, that's what I want my Iceman to look like. Don't get me wrong, this looks better than what Hasbro's been doing for the most part, but it's still somewhat lacking, and I want to do a question of the day right now. Do you want your Iceman to be clear blue, or do you want him to look frosty white with blue shading like that? Because for me, you need more white. The white is important. It's a key component in making him not look like Waterman. And I know this is a very tricky line to tiptoe around. That's not a saying. But if you didn't know better, if it wasn't for the accessories, this guy might be Waterman. I know he's got like hard edge sculpting, so not as much, but you get what I'm saying probably. There's a lot of blue, and I get that. Like, I get the idea, but for me personally, I want more white. I want more frostiness. He looks like water guy to me, which I understand. Ice is frozen water, but he's colored white in the comics. That's the thing, and probably because if you make him blue, he looks like water rather than ice, which is frosty when it's done stylistically. Okay, you get the idea. So this guy is in stock at Big Bad Toy Store. If you want to get one, I'll put a link in the description below. He stands just about 6 1/4, just a touch over that really, and that's going to make him just about 16 centimeters. Here he is up against Darwin. The size is close enough. I mean, he's tall, but he's very slender and Mafex-y, which in some ways is good. Like, he's got a decent enough silhouette, but he's so slender, and I always get people saying, Iceman's supposed to be slender. I don't mean that. He's slender for what he's supposed to be. His arms are like the size of my arms, and I haven't worked out in 5 years. Like, he's very slender. His legs are kind of big. That's the thing that throws me off the most on this guy. He's got fairly meaty and long legs for a fairly underdeveloped upper body. So this guy's one of those figures where it definitely needs to be posed. Alright, we'll get to that. I want to ask you guys another question. You probably have seen that I'm working on a set of AOA accessories for this Iceman. Obviously the hands and the head are new. They need to have the white paint added to them, but that's what they're going to look like. I'm going to have the foot things too that the original toy that looked like this came with. So he'll have the big feet, the big hands, and the big head for the Marvel Legends guy. A lot of people said they want that. Do you guys want a set that goes with this guy also? I should be able to do it. Throw some pearl paint on there and some really pale coloring, and it should be fine. So do you guys want AOA head and hand and foot attachments for this guy? Let me know. I'm thinking you're probably going to want them, but we'll see. Okay, so let's get into the... well, I guess we could do a height comparison while we're here, even though this is a modified figure. I mean, the head's different, but there he is up against the Marvel Legends AOA Iceman. I would love to turn this lighter blue one into an AOA Iceman too, but this guy does match the old toy with the claws and things. Okay, anyway, back to... I love Iceman. Back to this. What do you guys think about this look? About the bluish clear? It's definitely better than other options that Hasbro has done, but I think, for me, it's just not quite right. Especially since they made it so transparent, and I mean to say transparent, that you can actually see, like, they did a good job with the clear, but you can see everything. It needs more color, and you can see it more in real life. The harsh lighting is making it harder to see on camera. But, like, you can see every peg for every joint, and it's obvious. I think they needed to hit it with more. They did do pearl. I think they needed to hit it with more of that pearl on top, and maybe a white pearl rather than a clear pearl, which if I'm making the custom parts, I have to make it match the figure, unfortunately. This guy gets a white, just plain old white finish, which I think is a fine way to do a frost. But yeah, I think it's too transparent. What do you guys think? I mean, it does look cool. Like, I love it in some ways, but also I'm just thinking I want them to do another version where he's real frosty looking. That would be cool. Plus, like, the blue belt on the cover, it's white, but he's more white, so I don't know. How do you guys feel about Iceman looking like blue, like super clear ice rather than frosty ice? I don't know. I'm very torn on it. Like, objectively, the plastic looks good, but I don't know that I want my Iceman to look like that. I don't know. Okay, I'm done. I'm really into Iceman. I just haven't had a good Iceman figure since I was a kid. Alright, so yeah, he looks alright. Sculpt-wise, like I said, he's very slender. Not a whole lot of muscle in those arms. Like, the bicep actually curves in a little bit. It's kind of wimpy looking. But, yeah, I mean, if you pose him, it's good enough. The silhouette is there. He does have some muscle, and the silhouette's there enough, I should say. But yeah, it's kind of a big thigh gap and really large legs compared to his upper body. It's kind of a strange look. But yeah, so for Mafex, I'll go, I guess, 7 out of 10. You could argue 8. It's nothing terrible at all, but it's nothing like super impressive either, unless you just really like very translucent plastic. Like his thighs, you can see straight through. If they didn't have curved surfaces, it would be almost hard to see him. Alright, so on to the accessories. This is where the figure shines, frankly. Oh, I wanted to mention this first. His hands are tiny. They don't always do this, but sometimes they do this, and Mafex did it. This time, his hands are very, very small. On comic characters, you don't want that. In real life, hands look small the more muscular someone gets because their hands don't get bigger. Bodybuilders look like they have little nubbin hands. This guy's hands are tiny and he's slender, so it's just a weird look. So anyway, on to the accessories. We do have some hands, not a ton, but enough, I think, of just regular alternate hands. Those are fine. But then you do get these hands, which I love, that have like the frosty ice effect. There's enough frosting on the tips of those that I think his whole body should look like that, and it would look great. Yeah, that would look really, really nice. Then you get these other effect parts which slide over his Silver Surfer hands, and those look pretty cool too. I don't know if I love the way they're sculpted, but the frost effect is nice and I'll definitely take it. Then you have some alternate heads. So you have the neutral bald head that comes on in the package. You have the angry bald head, which looks decent. There's nothing really wrong with that. It looks alright. Maybe the mouth is a little bit big, but it looks pretty good. And then you have the Colossus haircut head, which looks alright too. Again, I think we need just more frosting. If he was like white on the face to allow the features to show more, I think it would look better. But yeah, he looks generally good. I don't like that they used the hard plastic inserts for the ball sockets because it makes the head look less good. You can see that big mechanical chunk in there, and I don't like that. They could have just done the bare PVC. It would have been fine. So you get all of that stuff, which is pretty cool. But then you get this base, which weighs about 15 pounds. Holy macaroni. This thing is massive. It's so heavy. And I think it's just because it's a solid plug of PVC. Well, two of them. It is so heavy, but they did that on purpose so that it can actually hold him up without falling over, and that's cool. There's a little peg hole in there for his display stand if you want to use it, but otherwise you can just stand him on it, and it weighs so much that you don't have to worry about it. I think that's awesome that they included that. We never see things like this with action figures anymore, and I love it. I was thinking about making something like that when I was going to do these parts, and I may still do it, but I don't know. It's a lot of plastic to try to sell, but we'll see. But yeah, so this is really, really cool. And then you get the Mafex display stand, of course. So accessory-wise, other than he's kind of light on hands, it's a pretty good spread. I'm going to go 9 out of 10. There's not a whole lot more you really need. This is pretty darn good. Alright, so okay, so let's get on to the articulation. Can he pose? Will you be able to pose him enough to hide his tiny hands and slender upper body and relatively too big lower legs? I think so. It's a Mafex figure. They tend to pose well when they don't screw it up too much. The head works. It's not the best, and you can see the neck starts to poke out. See that? That's a weird thing you don't normally see. So he doesn't look up as well as I would like. He does look down. Leaning side to side works. I think it'll be enough. Let's see, can he go? He can't go farther back. That neck sticking out is weird. So looking up is going to be a problem. So that sucks. For the butterfly joint, it maybe isn't their best one. Like, I always think of Nightwing as the best one. But it's pretty good. This is more of a standard type of butterfly joint. But it works. You should be able to be just okay with that. Just fine with that. No real problems. It maybe isn't the most impressive thing, but it does work. Alright, of course, full rotation. Bicep swivel is in there. That's fine. Double jointed elbow, that works no problem. Not the best looking elbow ever, but it's hard to tell because of the way the figure looks in the first place. The giant ball hinge wrists, there's not a huge way to get around that other than to throw some paint on this plastic. If he had some more frosty coloring and they used white, that would blend in a lot better than what they did, but you do get tons of range out of those wrists. Okay, and for the torso, let's see. I haven't messed with this yet. It leans back pretty nicely at the top. It gets gappy all the way, but good range. Let's see about going forward. No, tell me. No, 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 no. He can barely lean forward. I mean, there's some, like more than a lot of companies these days, but he should be able to lean farther forward than that. That's unfortunate. It's not awful, but side to side is decent. Yeah, why can't the figures lean forward anymore? Rotation is okay at the top. Let's see, maybe he makes up for it down here. Leaning back down here is actually really good. So he can lean back. Great. He can lean back all the way. Can he do forward? The bottom helps, but it gets not good. Like, that's not really how you want to do that. They did a double ball peg down there, which is helpful for things, but not for this. He still can't lean forward very well. It's fine. It will do. And then side to side, like they really went at it for that lower torso joint. Good grief, that works, but it is gappy, so be aware of that, but it's probably enough if you use them both together to get it to work. Yeah, it'll probably do. Okay, for the hips. Well, we're still doing this. Unfortunately, we're still doing drop downs, but let's see. Going out to the side, I love that they're using the soft crotches all the time now. He basically gets the full splits. There's no problem there. The drop downs could be tighter for sure, but they're not grabbing each other, so that's nice. Kicking forward without the drop down gets him up to horizontal pretty much, and if you use the drop down and squish the diaper, he does kick a lot higher, so that's good. You know, a lot of people said in my Spider-Man review the other day how the Spider-Man figure poses really well, the Mafex one. And it's like, only if you have the reissue version, like the more recent reissue version that has the soft diaper. If you have the hard diaper, it poses for crap in the hips. So that really depends. And I don't know if there's any sure way to know which one you're getting if you're buying it secondhand, so just be aware of that. Alright, yeah, thigh swivels are in there, they're okay. Double jointed knee works nicely. His lower legs are still too long. That's a Mafex issue that they almost never get right. And the knees are a little janky too, but they're not terrible. Man, look at how much you can see in there. Just throw some paint on it. Not you guys, although you might want to. I'm talking to Mafex. Ankles have ball hinges. They work well enough. They're a little bit loose, don't have the best range, and then you can see the peg is at a very steep angle in there, so the ankle rocker is very crooked, but because it's a ball hinge, it doesn't really matter. So that works. Then he does have a toe hinge, which is well enough placed, well enough sculpted, and it is going to be okay. So yeah, his articulation is not crazy, but it's pretty good. There's nothing terribly wrong with it at all. And it does work for the most part. I'll go 8 out of 10 for a Mafex. We've seen some better, and we've definitely seen a lot worse. I think this guy has a few spots where he could be a lot better. Like the neck sucks. That's no good. But yeah, mostly pretty good. So, I'm curious. I don't know how I feel about this guy. I guess objectively, we're going to go objectively first. All right, so my objective rating on this guy is going to be, because the accessories do a lot of heavy lifting, I think I'm going to go 9 out of 10. And I'd say because of the accessories, he probably justifies the higher price a lot easier. So 9 out of 10 for a Mafex figure. They tend to be overpriced, so consider that. But personally, so that's objectively. Personally, I'm going to go probably down to like, I don't know, 8. It's not that much of a difference, but there's some stuff about this guy that makes me just think, why? You know, like the tiny hands or the head not working properly. Like, you can make up for these things in posing, of course, but for me, I just wanted it to be better because it seems like they put a lot of effort into this guy. But not quite enough. It's just weird. Let me know what you guys think about it in the comment section below. I don't know. On camera, it looks different than in person, too. Does that strike you as ICEMAN? I don't know if the blue with clear pearl on top that they did is the right call. I don't think it is. I think it needs to be white. Okay, I don't know. I'm so mixed up on this one. Let me know what you guys think. His calves are sculpted funny. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below and we'll talk, but I'll be done there. Thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed the video, please do give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. And if you haven't subscribed, you should. I have new videos just about every single day and thousands already on the channel. So make sure you come back for all of that. And in the meantime, keep collecting.